weather with the KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back, everyone, into KX News at 4, where we have a bit of an active pattern starting to set itself up and take shape here. Going to be a product of what is currently a stalled out front that extends all the way from Nebraska up towards the border of Canada and Montana there up towards the far west. And you can see, despite that, the bulk of the rain is staying down towards our south over central South Dakota, as we were originally anticipating to see. But regardless, we're still dealing with some of those overcast conditions across the state here. Now, that's not to say a few of us aren't dealing with some of these scattered showers, if you will, out towards generally the west of the Highway 83 corridor, about to cross over into Highway 83 at this point in time. If you're up towards Garrison, up towards Max, likely dealing with some of these showers right now. What was once a little bit of that mixed precipitation kind of moving away out of the outskirts of our viewing area, but you can see where that lies right now. It's all very temperature dependent. Down towards the bottom of Highway 52 there, kind of where it intersects with 200, that's where we were once seeing more of that mixed precipitation here. Now if we're down towards Pettymone and Woodworth, likely just being reduced to more of the rain showers rather than that wintry mix that we saw within the last hour or so. This is where we're seeing more of the bulk of that shower activity. Not quite up towards Garrison quite yet here, but if you're in Underwood, even up towards Max, Velva dealing with a little bit of that spot shower there as well. However, based on where dew points are right now, some of this is having a tough time reaching the ground. And we'll show you that looking at Garrison. May not be able to pinpoint any raindrops specifically on the camera lens here, despite the fact that what the radar was showing with some of those steadier showers. And it's because of the fact that if we look at that dew point value, 24 degrees, the lower the dew point value, the drier the air is in place here. So because of this number, it's likely a lot of this is not reaching the ground. Regardless, it has dropped our temperature down to 38 degrees. As far as additional shower chances are concerned through the duration of this evening, still going to be off and on in nature. Best chance for that likely going to lie right between the South Dakota border and the North Dakota border, just based on the main center of low pressure and where a lot of those steadier showers have lied throughout the course of the daytime here. Regardless, the clouds are likely going to stay in place and stay in place through tomorrow morning, even as we extend closer to the afternoon here. Mainly just going to see the potential for some isolated spot showers. Otherwise, the vast majority of the daytime will be projected to stay dry here. That is going to put some of us into the 50s if you're out closer to western North Dakota. The further east you're located, the cooler those temperatures will be, kind of the dividing line of that. Most of these locations will be closer to the mid 40s, keeping in mind our average high for this time of year typically only sits into those lower 40s. So we're still seeing slightly above average temperatures here. So as we take a look at Williston's next 5 here, 50s on the standby for tomorrow. As we get beyond that into the 40s, and we'll kind of hold steadily into the 40s through the start of the weekend here. Here's Dickinson, your next 5. Again, off and on shower chances, nothing very impressive overall in nature. Nothing that's really going to put a lot of a damper on our temperatures. We'll see quite a few days here at or near the 50-degree mark. Here's Minot's next several days, still talking those temperatures into the 40s. It's kind of where we'll hold steady through early next week with those off and on chances for showers. Odds really low, around a 20% chance for that. And finally, looking at Bismarck's next several days, still talking the 40s, nearing 50 for Wednesday. So kind of be holding steady closer to a little bit above average, but nothing like we saw last week, unfortunately, into those 70s.
It's a little deceptive today. You know, as the wind picks up, it feels a lot chillier than it really is, but it should be nice to get back to some 50s this week.
You know, that's the wind chill that's always working against us, I guess.
It's and it will be a reality as we get closer to winter here and everything, and closer to Thanksgiving and all that. This time of year that we've already had the snow, we expect it back soon.
The long range pattern definitely reflects a better chance for below average temperatures, so we got to be prepared for that.
Yeah, we should. Vanessa, thanks so much. And